Hi Gemini, this is Just with your January 2017 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day. So Gemini, I do see that some of you have just recently started a new job or have recently gotten a promotion, so congratulations. I feel like this job is going to be paying significantly more than what you were making. Some of you could be making up and upwards of like $20,000 more than what you were making for some of you. And I do see that there's a situation where you're trying to kind of like pace yourself, or you're trying to prepare your steps, because there could be a waiting time before you can actually start this job. Okay, so you're waiting a little bit before you can start, even though you've gotten the offer, you know that there's a start date, that sort of thing. Others of you, I feel like there could be a challenge with you taking this job, because you may have to travel at a distance that may take you away from your family. Okay, and you really don't want that. Okay, this could be happening to you, so your spouse could be just communicating to you that they've gotten a job or they've gotten a promotion, one that will either cause them to have to travel at a distance for a period of time, or one that will mean that they would have to move, that sort of thing is kind of what I'm seeing. So there is some type of new opportunity as it relates to money, your own business, or a new job that kind of challenges the family. Okay, now I do see that for others of you that are running your own business, I feel like you're doing really well for yourself with your business. I feel like there's could have been where you started one area of your business and it's doing really well, and you could have started a new area of your business and you're going back to the drawing board to clean some things up during this Mercury in retrograde, to streamline that business so that it too has a good possibility of growing. And I feel like I had a sense of maybe some of you are starting a class, you're starting workshops, you're doing something with teaching that will be lucrative down the line, but right now you're at the beginning stages of it and you've put a lot of time and energy. So basically you're trying to make it work in the same formula that you've created your first business, but you may be finding that you have to kind of tweak things a little bit, let some things go, make some adjustments and changes so that the business has the best potential to grow and that you're not wasting money. Some of you could have invested in this particular business, and because you may have lost clients, or we're only a little amount of clientele or people purchasing your product, you may feel like, okay, I've made the wrong decision to either invest in this or take someone's advice that was suggesting that I do this sort of thing. So there's that situation there. Now there's a situation where you're not so happy about the outcome of particular branching out into a different aspect of your business. But if you just take your time and you do the work and pace yourself and be a bit patient, it will be a fine outcome. Things will you'll build it, but it's going to take some time for it to grow to the level that your first business, or the thing that is your niche, is your thing, it has taken traction for you. Others of you, I do feel like with a particular business, yes, you're making money, and the money is growing, and you do see that there's a possibility that it will continue to grow. You do know that. But I feel like it's just something that you're not 100% happy about. Like, you're not 100% into it, and you may want to move away from a particular job or a particular new business that you've started for yourself. And you may be putting the steps in place to get out of there, because you feel trapped. You feel like, this is not what I want to do anymore. Either I'm not making enough money from this, or the type of work that I'm doing, I just feel empty inside. I don't feel like this is benefiting me. It's not increasing my value on a spirit level. It's decreasing it. And so therefore, and some of you again could be losing money from this particular job. And so, or you work a job and then you're trying to run your business and you just have not had the time. And so there's that regret of like, okay, I'm going to have to either shut the business down, leave the job. It's something that you were doing two in tandem that I feel will either you will have to put it down for a little while, or you have to let it go altogether. Now, I do see a lot of you guys are very social. The first right now, as we're coming into January 2017, you're very social, and I feel like a lot of water signs are going to be very significant to you. And if it's not water signs, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, it will be people that want to connect with you on an emotional level. Okay, so when they communicate with you, it's pretty deep. They want to share things with you, but it can all revolve around social settings. So getting out, having fun. I feel for some of you Gemini men, you're being very social, and you're being kind of the standout. Even at the workplace, I feel like people are kind of noticing you, because you have this sense of sensitivity and connectivity, preferably with women. Okay, so I feel like you're kind of, again, standing out to ladies. You're probably being very charming at the workplace, that sort of thing. Ladies, I feel like you're being very social with your girlfriends, and there may be a particular guy at the workplace that you find a significant connection with, okay? And he can be very flirty toward you at the workplace. Now, I'm seeing that for some of you that are looking for work, and you could have just recently lost your job, or found out that something is being changed in your work sphere. Let's just say that, because I tend to say some of you have lost your job all the time, but that's what I see. So, and that is a fact for collective of you out there. But I do see that with some type of disappointment either in the work sphere, that sort of thing, I do see that there will be opportunities for you to start new, close off one thing and kind of start again. And I feel like you're going to be charging ahead very fast and in your own element. Like, I need it now. I need money. I need money now. I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this now. There's going to be almost like a hasty energy as you're coming off to other people. You're coming off to other people in a very hasty sort of way, in a bit of a combative way. I feel particularly for things that you may feel are coming to an end, because there are some things that's coming to an end. So if you're working at a workplace, at the job, that sort of thing, you may confront co-workers, confront someone that's losing their job. You may not be clear about what's going on here, and you may want some clarification. So you may be confronting people to get clarification. Okay, and it seems, especially for my Geminis, that's going to be feeling ignored. Some of you are going to be feeling ignored in the month of January, particularly with people that they feel like they have better things to do, and it's coming across to you as if they have better things to do, and you want to be. Right now, a lot of Geminis, particularly my Gemini men, but my ladies too, but my ladies are, it's showing up that you guys are demonstrating your emotional need in a more social way as it relates to other ladies, other women. And because you're in that happy-go-lucky, I'm having a good time, I'm letting my hair down, you will be pulling in someone matching that emotional energy, looking for love, wanting to have that kind of emotional freedom as well. Okay, now with my Gemini men, you're out there seeking attention, and again, but the way that you're coming off to other people, and again, this can spill over into the workplace as being a bit hasty. There may be people that you know at the workplace, yeah, she likes me and I know she likes me, but then there may be one person that you feel never pays you any mind. Like, she doesn't even notice you. She doesn't even care. And that may be the person that you find yourself saying the wrong things to, doing the wrong things to just being a little bit too hasty in your actions. Okay. Now, as it relates to, again, focusing on work, career, that sort of thing, I feel like there's going to be some decision that you need to make to integrate. So again, some of you are going to get to a place at the workplace where things really starts to level out. And it will come from a decision. So if you are feeling like you, again, trying to look for work, I feel like by mid-month you can get some really good feedback. Start interviewing in places that you feel will be a really good fit for you. I feel like Libras and Sagittariuses will be very significant in that element there for you. And I feel like there's going to be decisions that are made that are going to be very fair to you, that again will put you in a place of of stillness that will calm you. Again, so if you're having that nervous energy, if you're feeling a bit spastic, if you will, by mid-month, the decision that will be made, whatever you're seeking and whatever you're trying to, even if you're trying, because I do see that you're feeling a bit stuck as if you need to make a decision yourself. I feel like you're going to get to a place where you'll get balanced again. It's a lot of balance and calming your energies by mid-January, okay? Now, I do see that there will be some type of movement or moving happening with Geminis. A lot of you are going to be very busy, again, trying to get to a particular place or accomplish a particular thing, okay? Now, I'm seeing that there is movement for some of you. Some of you just really want to get out of this mental stagnation and feeling stuck. And again, you're coming up with all kind of ways to do that. So you may be feeling like, I hate this job, or, what am I going to do about this business and this job, that sort of thing. And again, the remedy will be to go out and socialize with friends, or, seek attention in other areas if you're for my Gemini men. But there will be a trying to find other areas to release the stress that you have pent up inside of you. But by mid-month, you guys will be fine. And for some of you, 6 weeks out, you'll be fine. Now, I do see that by the end of the month, again, those of you that had any problematic situations with trying to find out the best way to improve your business, or look for a job, or to get answers from a situation that you felt was not clear, by end of month, you guys are definitely going to get clear. You're going to get on the same page with a person if you had an issue with them at the workplace. If this person, like I was saying, going back to the person that you felt this person could care less and probably doesn't even notice me, you may realize that by the end of January, yes, then they're pretty much just like you. Like there's a natural camaraderie that you would share with people by month end. And I feel like your workplace will definitely improve, and there will be a building. People kind of, again, I'm saying your workplace is really good. People really do like the work that you do. You will find that you have very much a synergy type of energy with colleagues and coworkers. And I feel like you'll know that your stock, as well as your finances, will continue to grow and continue to blossom. But I feel like it's more your own stock and yourself that you'll start to understand that there's a lot of value there, okay? But all I'm saying here is like I would say just, be a little bit more tempered in how you're coming across to people, particularly in the social sphere. And when you feel like you're being ignored, I would say, count to 10 and, be practical. It may not have anything, and it doesn't look like it has anything to do with you being ignored. Again, people are just kind of in their own space, but they're not trying to be, it's not coming from a bad place is what I'm saying. So now, as it relates to love, I do see that some of you really want to, either some of you have been waiting, you're married and you are trying to invest into in vitro fertilization, trying to have a baby, not able to have the child. It's like you have the marriage or you have this committed relationship, and it's like, now I want the family, and you can't have your own family. So there's some challenges with that. And there's been, I feel some of you, the past 5 months, could be the past 5 years, that you have been trying to, no, I'm sorry. It could have been the past 3 months or 3 years that you've been trying, and 5 months and 5 years for some of you. But others of you, 3 months and 3 years that you've been trying. And I feel like some of you have robbed Peter to pay Paul. You've done every tactic under the sun in order for you to accomplish this goal of starting a family, and it literally just has not happened, okay? And that has left some of you with a sense of sorrow. Now, others of you, I'm seeing that you really want to kind of stabilize your relationship. You're married, but you may feel like your partner is you feel like you're married and your partner may be acting like they're single, or you're acting like you're single, or both of you are acting like you're single. Okay, and you're trying to wait and see when are we going to start acting like husband and wife, you know what I mean? And that's the challenge. The challenge is for you guys to actually realize that yes, a marriage means that we need to become one. There's an alchemy, and there is that oneness that we need to both be to each other. And I feel like there's a lot of, you guys have been kind of dealing with this for quite some time, the mental anguish, feeling stuck, not knowing how to bridge the gap, not knowing how to integrate this relationship. I feel like you suspect that there's some cheating, there's some deceit, there's someone else. And I feel like a lot of you guys, you're mourning. There's a mourning over the situation because you feel like that you and your partner would eventually go your separate ways, because it's showing too prevalent to you guys that this is the next step. I feel like if you try to offer your love to them or try to get on the page with them, you just come up empty. It's not, it doesn't seem either way you kind of turn that things will change for you, or things are going to change. And so, yeah, there's that emotional sorrow that you guys have been going through. But I do see that in your mind, your thoughts and the way that you're trying to communicate with your mate is to make them understand that you really do want a real significant relationship with them. Excuse me. And this doesn't have to just be marriage, but it can also be just any type of committed relationship that you're in. Now, again, going back to what I said before with Geminis, ladies, if you're in a relationship, I feel that you may be detaching yourself from your mate. And again, you're going out a lot, you're doing your thing, you feel like, hey, I'm single. In your mind, you're acting that way, even though you could be living with your mate, you could be married, but the way that your actions are coming across is as if you're already divorced, okay? Or you're separated, or you guys have gone your separate ways. I do see that there's some definite deceit. For Gemini ladies, I feel like while you go out and you socialize with your girlfriends, you also link up with another male who could be a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but really someone that is matching your love language right now, because you're showing up right now in an emotional, available state. Okay, and you get to that point when you go out with your girlfriends. Your girlfriends could be very much single, and now you've gotten that single bug of like, I want to be single too. I'm single too, even though you could be in a relationship again of commitment as far as marriage, or just living together, very much committed. And now there's this man that has come through because your energy has called him in. Okay. It could have been at a point in the past with some Gemini ladies where you went through a regret and sorrow. You may have dealt with infidelities with your mate. You may have felt like my mate, is not giving me what I want. I can't have the family that I want, and you've given up. There's a level of you just saying, you know what, I'm giving up on this, and I'm going to kind of like play the field and get out there. Well, in playing the field, not necessarily playing the field like you guys were just messing around with a bunch of people, but you were engaging with your girlfriends, and you picked up and you went into that energy of like single, ready to mingle. And at the same time, I feel like some of you guys have been really looking for love, and as a result, you've called in this person. Now, your mate, and so for Gemini men, I do see that some of you are out there kind of catcalling. You could be on social media heavy. You could be, socializing heavy, but I feel like you do this behind your mate's back. Like they don't know that you are, socializing kind of with a particular female. There could be, three, but there could be one particular person that you find yourself socializing with quite a lot. Okay. And she is just someone that's emotionally available to you. And so now you're turning to her on an emotional level because she's available. Okay. The other people that you may be engaging with, a person may not necessarily be your type. The other person that you may have an interest in, she doesn't pay you any attention. So there is one particular person that really does make themselves available to you. And now again, you're starting to show up in a more emotionally available way as well. Now I do see that for some of you in this relationship, and for those of you that are single, you're getting over a past relationship. You want something better. You know that yes, you're single. Yes, you do well for yourself. You was once married, or you were in a committed relationship. That's no longer the case. and now you're just single and out mingling, and you will be calling in someone of a water sign energy, or giving off more of an emotional availability to you. Or men, you're going to be seeking that, and you'll find that as well. You're going to be expressing that energy in social settings. Now, going back to these couples, I feel like for my Gemini men, you're going to you're going to confront your wife or your significant other. You're going to confront them because they are ascending. You see that they're slipping away from you. You see that although you're getting it's as if you're getting some type of emotional satisfaction with a particular other person, or for some of you, it's not another person. You just really want to re-engage and reconnect with your wife or your significant other, but you've brought other people into the relationship, and therefore now it's very hard for you to even get through to her. Like, it's very hard. But I do see that some of you are going to be trying to confront your mate and trying to fight for this relationship, but it may come off in a very argumentative sort of way. It may not come off in a way that is gentle and you conveying exactly what you want. And again, I feel like even if some of you use those, if you use that course of action, for some of you, I sense that for some of you, it could be a situation where it will take a lot more time for you guys to get out of these types of woods. Now, if you can, eventually there may be a having to leave, okay? Because again, I do see threesome triangular situations going on. Now, others of you, I do see that you could be confronting this guy that, again, has connected with your mate, or you may get confronted by someone's, mate or significant other, with you trying to sweep them off their feet, or you're trying to, flirt with them, or you're trying to align yourself with their lady. Now, people external to you, I do see that a lot of people are in transitional phases. So again, it's very important to keep that in mind for my single Geminis. People are ascending. A lot of people are closing up a lot of circumstances and moving on to new situations. Okay. Now, in the mid-January, I do see that there's going to be either some of you, I was getting very strongly that you might go and look into getting an attorney, seeing what your options would be to get a divorce, to move on, okay? And I feel like there could be a situation where in finding out, what steps you would have to take to get a divorce, some of you, it will become too real to want to get the divorce, and you may say, no, I want to fight for my marriage. I want to fight for my relationship. I don't want, because again, you may just say that, hey, I don't want a divorce. Or you may, again, someone may serve you papers, or someone may say to you that they want a divorce. And that may spring you into action and say, no, I don't want a divorce. Let's work on this. We really need to bridge the gap. And I feel like mid-January, there will be an coming together and trying to get on the same page with one another. There will be a sense of you trying to be patient with your mate, or your mate trying to be patient with you, again, to save this relationship, to save this marriage. And I feel like there may even be talks that, hey, we need to move. We need a new scenery. We need someplace that's a lot calmer, someplace by water. We need something that is going to rejuvenate our relationship. Some of you also may even be seeking marriage counseling, couples counseling, that sort of thing. But there will be discussions to want to move away from the problems, okay, on a physical level. So an up and let's try to move someplace. As it relates to the end of the month, I see that you guys are going to get on the same page with your mate. Others of you will find yourself kind of getting caught up with this person if you've just started like seeing someone, and this person's been coming on strong. For my Gemini ladies, he's coming on very strong. For my Gemini men, your mate is being pursued very strongly, and you guys know this. So if you don't know, if you're feeling like, no, is she, if you don't know, then it's not happening, okay? it could happen, but this is more to people that know that they have a situation that is problematic. They know that their marriage is damaged. They know that they're on a brink of breaking up. And I feel like by the end of the month, because there's going to be some communication that puts you guys in a more calmer state. We do have a stellium right now in Pisces. So a lot of people are being more gentle and more ginger with their mate. They're being a little bit more understanding and patient and willing to sacrifice certain things for the betterment of the other person for these next 2 days. But I think Pisces will have significant emphasis on relationships throughout January. And by the end of the month, again, there is a pairing that will be amicable, coming together, wanting to work on this relationship and build the relationship back to a place that was more sound. And I feel like there's going to be an element of I still get, for some of you, there's still going to be, for the next 6 months, there's still going to be some on and off, in and out. There may still be a threesome situation, but for a good 2 months, so from now until March, I feel like everybody is going to concede and no one's going to kind of, go and, hang out with a girlfriend and see other people or whatever. You guys are going to just focus on each other and commit to each other. Now, it can be for 2 weeks, it could be for 2 months, but I'm getting more 2 months. And then by March, things may kind of pick back up again in a three-way situation, going all the way into July, where there's going to be a lot of deceit and confusion around where do I go now, feeling very, very much battle worn with this family dynamic. So on a positive note, guys, for those of you that are in a very healthy relationship, I feel like you guys are rekindling a new level of your relationship. It is expanding. It is growing to another level. I feel like there's going to be compromise and decisions that are made, again, to work out any kinks that could be problematic in your relationship. And I feel like for the next 2 months, there's going to be a lot of coming together in unison, being on the same page and working to build this relationship where you will start to see both parties are on the same page. You both are working very diligently to satisfy the other person, because there's now a communication. Some of you are just going to commit to this person, where it's like, okay, I fully committed to this person, or now we're going to be married. We're going to move in together. There's going to be a step up in your relationship that the person may think that, you could have been sneaking around to, again, propose to this person or to make an offer to them. And it calls for you to kind of grow up and get serious for some of you guys and say, hey, this is the person that I want. I'm going to leave, these other 3 people alone, or this other person alone. I'm going to leave all of this stuff alone. I'm going to just only focus on this woman because I love her and this is the one that I want. And you guys are really going to build all the way up and through, mid-year. I feel like it's going to be a lot of balance and equilibrium and exchange in your relationship. And eventually you guys will be moving. And I feel for the next 7 weeks to 7 months, there's going to be a lot of planning and strategizing on this move, but there will be a move. So congratulations. I'm seeing a lot of moves for a lot of signs. So that's good to see a lot of people taking the plunge and moving into real significant relationships with people. So that's what I have for you guys for the month of January 2017. If this resonates with you and you would like to share, if you would like to leave a comment, please do so below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Gemini.